Hey guys, Eustace here. I'm just gonna do another quick video today. While I'm at it, it's storming right now outside. There's so much thunder outside. I hope my power stays on. I'd be so sad if my power went out, but I'll be okay. Be okay. So the last couple of videos I've done have been on the Iran war and or conflict or whatever, but and that's kind of heavy. So this is a little bit lighter, probably. You know, it's like a breakfast instead of a dinner. I'm hungry. I need to go get some food or something. Anyway, okay. The gist of this video is basically the government's healing itself. We're about 1 year in. We've got 3 more to go, and I just feel like it's really important that we do as much as we can, as quick as we can, because who knows what's going to happen after Trump's term is over. Like, I hope that we get like Rubio or JD JD in there. But if a Democrat president wins, oh gosh, I feel like they're gonna undo everything. I like having a strong president right now. I feel like we're on the right track. So anyway, let's get into this, and it'll make sense. I'll pin it all back together. Okay, trust me.
The Senate has failed to advance a war powers resolution aimed at blocking President Trump from using further military force against Iran. Virginia Democratic Senator Tim Kaine introduced the measure. It was co-sponsored by Republican Kentucky Senator Rand Paul. It's the second time in less than a year Senator Kaine is forced to vote on war powers related to Iran. Last June, the Senate voted against a similar effort when the U.S. bombed 3 Iranian nuclear sites. The House is expected to take up a similar war powers resolution later this week. Speaker Mike Johnson condemned the effort earlier today.
It would empower our enemies, it would kneecap our own forces, and it would take the ability of the U.S. military and the commander-in-chief away from completing this critical mission to keep everybody safe. We're not at war right now.
All right, let's bring in CBS News White House reporter Aaron Navarro. We're not at war right now.
Yeah, not at war.
Speakers say. Break down the vote and what happens now.
Lindsay, 53 senators voted against this war powers resolution, which, if it passed the Senate, passed the House, and somehow avoided the veto of President Trump, would require congressional approval for any further military action the administration takes regarding Iran. The Republicans who voted for a similar measure when it comes to Venezuela, Susan Collins of Maine, Lisa Murkowski of Alaska, did not vote for this bill on Iran. In a post explaining her vote, Senator Collins seemed to suggest that the open-endedness of the operation in Iran was a factor. She wrote on X that passing the resolution now, quote, would send the wrong message to Iran and to our troops, and that providing unequivocal support to our service members is critically important, as is ongoing consultation by the administration with Congress. Senator Kaine said that he is expecting to bring this bill up again in the coming weeks, in hopes that senators who voted against it may flip their votes as the situation in Iran develops. And as you mentioned, the House will take up a similar measure tomorrow, where the expectation is that it will not pass, but the margins could be a bit slimmer. 2 Republicans in the House have signaled they will vote in favor of the resolution, and moderate Democrats have proposed their own alternative bill that would require the withdrawal of troops in the region within 30 days instead of immediately, as the current measure calls for.
Aaron.
So here's what's going on. So basically, the way that it stands right now, the president has the authority to issue military strikes, that sort of thing, in wherever he wants to, basically. But if that conflict lasts more than 60 days, the president has to go before Congress to get approval to continue a war, essentially. So if it's under that 60-day mark, it's not considered a war necessarily. It's more of a military action, that sort of thing. And then let's say that after 60 days, the president does not get the approval to go to war, then there's a 30-day period to withdraw. So if you put it all together, it's essentially a 90-day timeline. And so even if this stupid law that they were voting for passed, like, we would still have troops in Iran for the next 80 days, basically. So it's not going to affect anything either way. However, the majority of the senators did vote it down. I think pretty much all the Republicans did, except for a couple. But the real story here is that we actually had a Democrat that decided to vote with the Republicans, which it makes sense. I can't fathom. I don't understand the reason for anyone to support to not support. I'm sorry. What's currently going on in Iran? Like, I understand, like, no one wants to kill anyone, no one wants war, that sort of thing. But the Iranian regime is an awful, tyrannical, terrorist-producing regime that's nothing but a cancer in the Middle East, and it needs to be cut out and disposed of. Like, that's all there is to it. So anyway, any guesses on who the Democrat is that voted with the Republicans? Yeah, if you said Fetterman, you won a prize.
Military force against Iran. Democrats are nearly united in favor of the War Powers Act. Nearly, and not unanimously, because one Democrat, and likely the only Democrat in the Senate, plans to vote against it. Joining us, Democratic Senator from Pennsylvania.
Ironically, the one that had a brain tumor is the only Democrat with a brain. That's pretty awful, but it's true. It's true.
Yeah, John Fetterman. He is the senator we have been speaking about. Senator, really good to have you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to ask you why you are out of step with the rest of your party. They say there was no urgency to this, it did not need to happen now, and they say there's no plan. Why do you disagree? What did you hear differently?
Well, as far as I know, all of my colleagues that you just ran their clips of them, how they're describing and that, right? They've all say that, we must never allow Iran to acquire a nuclear bomb. And
right.
Now every other of them also thinks now no one is going to weep that the Ayatollah is gone now too.
Correct.
Now those things, they all agree on that. And then when that happens, why can't you just acknowledge that that's actually a good thing? Or do they really mean that? Or do they don't care if Iran ever has a nuclear bomb? Or that a man that just 2 weeks ago executed tens of thousands of its own young citizens in their uprising. So now I think it's pretty fair to just call that it's a much better situation for Iran now not have a nuclear bomb. It's also someone of the most evil people alive at that point. Now,
look at her face. She's just so disgusted. She's like, I don't even know what to say to this man.
Has been erased now too, along with many of the other parts of the leadership. So I'm a guy that's gonna be. I think that's a good thing. Call that what it is. That doesn't mean you have to agree on everything. And now, if anyone that's watching, check with the War Powers Resolution for 73. That requires that after 48 hours, you provide a notification, and the president has done that. And then it's up to 60 days with an extension of maybe 30 days. So I believe we're 115 hours into it so far. So it's not necessarily sufficient right now.
Senator, what you said about the Ayatollah.
That's it. I'm not even gonna play the whole clip. Like, there's nothing hard about this, guys. There's nothing hard about it. Iran, the current government of Iran, needs to go away. It is a net negative on the Middle East, and it is a net negative on the United States. That's it. Plain and simple. So, Saz, not Saz. What else is going on? Oh, here we go. Jasmine Crockett, my favorite representative. She's the subject of the first video I did on this channel because it's Jasmine Crockett, and I think I did a video on her not too long ago. I included her in something, and I think that she's really interesting because I know Donald Trump calls her dumb and stupid, and she's one of the dumbest people on the planet, that sort of thing. I think intelligent-wise, I think she's actually pretty intelligent. However, she plays a character, and she makes herself look dumb, and she doesn't have the situational awareness to realize that she's making herself to be such a dumb stereotype that people are starting to think that's what she's actually like, and she has sunk her own career. She changed her entire way of speaking. She did some code switching, and she's cleaned herself up to run for Senate, and it wasn't enough. it was too little, too late, and she lost her House Representative seat. So then she's going for the Senate, and then she just lost this Senate primary to Talarico. And the funny thing is her defense is to say that they cheated and that everyone's racist and the judges have it rigged or something, other than just realizing that she kind of dug her own grave.
And I'm losing Dallas County, then we know kind of where this thing is going. So that's my news, is that we're not going to have election results tonight, in my opinion, based upon what specifically is taking place in Dallas County. Unfortunately, this is what Republicans like to do. And so they specifically targeted Dallas County, and I think we all know why.
Oh my god. Oh man. So now when I call her an idiot, I'm not calling the character she plays an idiot. I'm calling the real Jasmine Crockett an idiot. You're an idiot! That's okay. Maybe she can go be like a mayor up in Illinois or something. Oh gosh. Anyway, so she lost to this Talarico guy. Now another person that lost is Dan Crenshaw. This guy right here. This guy had some like really good chances of being like a presidential candidate at some point. He was like really hot, like during COVID, like 2020, 2021, around that time period. And he's had a total fall from grace. He's been pretty much just a rhino and has been a contrarian to everything that Trump's been wanting to do. And so when Trump did his endorsements for the candidates, Dan Crenshaw did not get one. So yeah, Trump basically snubbed this guy, and it cost him the election. So he lost to Steve Toth, I guess. That's how you say that. I'm so bad with names. I'm just gonna call him Steve-it. Steve-it is his name. Anyway. Yeah, so he lost. Jasmine Crockett lost. What else is going on? Oh my gosh, I forgot about this. The caveman himself, Al Green. So Al Green has not lost yet, but I have a feeling he's going to lose. This guy, I think he's done like six impeachments on Trump or something like that. His party hates him because they all say, hey, it's not the time for an impeachment. What are you doing, Al Green, you moron? And he does it anyway. He just shakes his cane and yells, unga bunga. Alright, what did he do? Oh gosh, yep. And then just some breakdowns here. So, here's District 2. So, Crenshaw got a 40%, and Stevitt got a 55.8. And then if I look at the Democrats here, oh my gosh. Down here, here's Al Green. He got 44%, and this Menifee guy got 46%. So they're going to do a runoff later this year. But I have a feeling that Mr. Al Green is going to get kicked out, like to the curb, go back to the Stone Ages. He's gonna have to go refreeze himself and bury himself. Maybe he'll be useful in another 10,000 years. Ah, gosh darn it. And then Senate results. Let's see. Here you go. James Talarico, 52%, and Jasmine Crockett, 46.2%. Well, that's good news. That's 2.5 people that I don't have to worry about anymore. And then, we'll see what happens with Al Green. I'm sure I'll cover it later. But anyway, that's it for this one, guys. Real short video. What was I doing? Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. Let's see. I had this pulled up for you guys. So, under the 1973 War Powers Resolution, the President must notify Congress within 48 hours, which he did. And then the troops can remain for 60 days without authorization, with a mandatory 30-day withdrawal period, totaling 90 days where Congress must act. That's pretty strict. What is this? 60 Egyptian cat girls, clankers. I hate clankers! I don't know who wrote this. This Get out of here. Anyway, like and subscribe, I guess. Bye.